want to see my cup.
I'm
sure they don't want to see yours.
No, my cup's just a consultant cup, so it's not all that. It's not all that.
It doesn't have kitties on it like mine.
No, it does not. It is not a kitty-fied.
No. Right. And I actually got the kitty cup because they liked it so much last week.
Did they?
Yeah. Well, I had to show it, and you were like,
Yeah, what you doing?
Yeah. And I'm like, they want to see my cup.
Well, there you go. All right, we'll wait to see if everything's streaming. It looks like we're coming up okay on the. Yeah, I don't know why. It just seemed like it was not getting enough juice from us.
As me or my brother one used to say.
Juice.
Juice. We were French. Maybe that's where Grayson gets it.
Le car.
Le truck.
Le truck.
Yeah.
Okay, we are not streaming quite. Whoops. There we go. As if by magic.
It's what I do.
All right. Boy, that's quite a spread as far as distance, time-wise, delay. So,
what, 30 seconds?
There was a good delay there.
Yeah.
Between the amount of time we were actually.
That's not cool.
Starting and then when it goes there. So, well, it's going to be interesting for a couple things. Hey, folks. Welcome to the pre-show.
It's not too much of a delay from when you do that. You see?
Yeah, no. You're going to be like that person with two mirrors, one going into the other dimension, doing this thing.
It takes so little.
I was going to say, it's kind of like watching the Cats.
It really is.
Welcome, folks, to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast pre-show. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and I am here with the wonderful, fantastic, cat-like wife, Amy.
And reflexes.
Yeah, that's it. And we already got quite a few people in the chat room. We got a lot of good stuff going tonight. We got a really good show for you. I should have brought my
new catalogs in so I could show
your Scentsy stuff.
Yes.
Wow.
I am very excited about that.
That's it. Now, see, I'm excited about something else that's, and I'm going to get a swig of my coffee here. Yes, it's one of those days where we're both drinking coffee, so this is interesting.
Don't slurp it.
I'm sorry. Was that unprofessional? I apologize to the
rude.
people in the mic.
They're going, oh, that's nice.
Listening to the pre-show podcast.
Yeah. Half hour of Andy slurping coffee.
Yay!
Yay!
I will be more cognizant. I apologize.
Wow. Have to remember.
That's it. So yeah, welcome to the pre-show, folks. It's a good one. We got a good show for you tonight. I hope.
It is not.
Yeah, I hope you don't. I hope you don't have.
I read the notes.
A low constitution.
I do.
When it comes to bugs and critters and stuff, because tonight we are really going to get into some good stuff.
I do have a low constitution, so I'm going to leave.
Do ya?
Yeah.
I can't have you leave. I need you. I need you more than ever, babe.
Just for the show.
No, I need you for lots of things.
Cooking, cleaning.
See that little voice that I listen to in the back of my head where I just say, Andy, shut up. Shut up, Andy. Shut up. Don't say it. Don't you say it. And I don't. And then I'm very proud of myself when I don't say it.
Yes, because I don't have to smack you with my arm Tourette.
Yeah. Arm Tourette's.
Yeah, if everybody doesn't know, I have arm Tourette's sometimes.
Yes, I will say something silly and her arm Tourette's will automatically kick off.
It's the craziest thing.
Darn if it doesn't get me every time.
Yeah, it's really crazy. He just talks and all of a sudden, periodically, it just kicks off.
Yes.
I don't understand.
I don't either, but that's all part of the fun.
I hope my friend shows up.
Okay, yeah, we've Amy has one of her coworkers that is interested in geocaching.
I had no idea.
And yeah, and the person asked, is a fireman, yes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
And he asked if
he says, I didn't know your husband was into geocaching. I'm like, eat up with it, maybe.
He dabbles.
I said, are you kidding? He does 2 podcasts a week, and one of which I'm involved in somehow.
Yes.
He said, you're kidding. I was like, nope, gotta come watch.
That's right. So actually, he already put in a request, which we're going to actually do next week.
Oh, did he?
Well, yeah, because he already had said if we could do, because he is
Oh,
so
that's
new.
right. That's right. Yes.
He is so new to geocaching.
I thought he emailed you already.
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
like,
I'm
what?
sure. I'm sure that's
That's
coming.
awesome.
No, I'm sure that's coming. But yeah, he had told Amy that
He hadn't even got started yet.
he wanted to get in. He wants to watch the podcast, but he doesn't want to see something where we're so advanced that he's just completely.
Yeah, and I told him
lost.
if I'm in it, it is not advanced.
It will be. You're getting there. You're getting much better now. As far as, getting experience in doing things.
I'm not that good.
You're getting there. Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're great. So yes,
I'm a noob.
I'm actually drinking I'm actually drinking coffee tonight just to make sure we keep going with things. So I'll switch over to the hard flavored water in a second here. But yeah, lots of good stuff. And anyways, he had asked if we would do stuff that wasn't quite all that technical, so he could just kind of, for the first show or two, kind of get an idea of what's going on. And I can imagine a lot of other geocachers out there, especially when you tell them, hey, go check out the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. They're really cool, and it's a tutorial show that they want to come in and feel comfortable when it comes to actually doing that. So that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to do kind of a basics. Get into geocaching, and I kind of thought about this. There is
really?
Every once in a while, those two neurons.
That is
they
awesome.
Kick off.
Congratulations.
They spark every once in a while. And what I may actually do is next week when we do kind of a basics, intro to geocaching, but we're going to do it in a way that it's going to be interesting to the people that are already in geocaching. Like you find folks that are here each and every week, so you don't go, oh, geez, they're going back to the basics. So it's going to be from a viewpoint.
So, forewarned,
but it's going to be interesting to you too.
Yes.
So we're going to do it. We're going to do it in a format that, even if you know everything about geocaching, it's like
you can never
cool.
know everything.
No, you can't.
You can never know everything.
No, but
there's always something new to learn.
And then something else will come along and readjust and make it so that you have to even more learn new stuff.
So there's always something to learn.
Yes. So that's what we're going to do next week, just to give a little feedback as to what it is. So per request, we're actually going to do some basic shows, and I think what I'm going to do is I want to do an experiment.
Oh God.
Yeah. When you pour this into this, what happens? I blew up too many science labs in high school doing that. But anyways,
let's not do that.
Okay. But what one of the things that I would like to do is we have so much information that we have gone over.
That our little heads are going to explain.
Well, but we've done so many podcasts. We're on, 75 now, that we
I don't know. I just show up.
And do very nicely.
I'm like, oh, is it time already?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
So anyways, in the show, there's always a good 20 minutes or so of content, of straight subject content. This is what we're doing about the show tonight. And this is what we're going to be doing, and we talk about whatever it is. Like tonight, where we're going to be talking about our stuff.
My headphone is acting weird.
I'm sorry. In what way?
It's like it's got staticky in this ear.
Okay. Make sure.
Periodically.
Okay, make sure that's plugged in all the way. But anyways, what I want to do is an experiment with this intro to geocaching that we're going to do next week. That we will take a chunk of the podcast that is only the content. Only that 20 minutes worth of content part of it. The Gong of Doom.
Apologies.
It wouldn't be a show if we didn't get that at least once.
It's what I do.
Yes. So anyways, as I try to get my point across.
Sorry, Annie.
It's okay. That if we put out just as a YouTube, whatever we want to call it, a snippet of the podcast, we'll come up with some cute name for it, and just put the content out. Would that be something that maybe other geocachers out there that don't want to stay for the entire podcast would love to use that information anyways? We've got 75 episodes.
That's what we're doing with
the
patron program, isn't it?
Well, that's what we do with the pre-show.
Yeah.
We do the first half hour.
Am I not following what you're saying?
Yeah, I want to do it just the content part.
Oh,
just the subject
you want
part.
to take it down even further.
Yeah, I want to take it down to just the 20 minutes of the subject from our old
just
shows.
Just 20 minutes of what's actually important.
Well, it's all important because we like winning prizes and we like going through all the other stuff.
Yeah, but, you know,
But it's the meat. It's the meat of the show. And if we've got 75 episodes of the meat, people do go back and listen to the podcasts from the past, and they do go back and look at the videos from the past. But if we can make specialty ones that are just the meat of past episodes and put it on YouTube, I'm going to be interested to see what the response is going to be for that. If people go, you know, whatever, then we may not pursue it. But if it's like we get a large amount of hits because it is good information and they don't have to search through it by looking through the video, then that might be something.
So you're saying that people may not want to be entertained by us for an hour?
Maybe they just want the material, too. I know, go figure. I didn't think it was going to work anyways. But it is. It's an interesting thought, and we'll do that. We'll put out a couple of episodes and just see what happens. I think we'll go back to the DeBear days. And we'll pull out some chunks from the old episodes because all the information's good.
Yeah, of course.
But we'll go back to that one, and we'll go back to the DeBear days and just pick a couple of episodes of just the content and put them out on YouTube and see what happens.
All right.
So we'll see what happens, and you fine folks can check it out and let us know what's going on. Hey, welcome for the fine folks that are coming in to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, the patron pre-show. We have a great show for you tonight. This is gonna be good. If you like creepy crawlies, if you like the little things that go bump in the night, if you like the things that you really want to be prepared for, that you don't want to get bit, tonight is the show for you. We got some good stuff, and we've got comments and information.
I got plenty of comments.
I'm sure you do. We've got stuff going all the way from people all around the world that we put a couple things out on Google Plus and asked geocachers in some of the communities and some of the people that have that are hooked up with us in the social networks through Google Plus, and we said, hey, in your part of the world, we don't want to just do the United States. We're global. We've got a worldwide audience.
Yes, please tell us what can kill you in other countries.
Tell us what can kill you in other. You know what the biggest response I got from? Australia.
Because everything can kill you there.
Yes, it was great. We got some good stuff.
You land in the airport and they hand you stuff going, don't look at this. Here's a pamphlet of what can kill you. And it's like a 3-ring binder of stuff.
Please read this before you exit the building.
Yeah, no kidding. People just live in the airport because they're afraid to leave.
But that's how it is. It's great. But we've got stuff from all around the world, from different geocachers, and it's going to be really interesting. And the idea with this is to not scare you to not go out geocaching, but quite the opposite, to just prepare you. If you're going to go into a new area, if you're going to fly to a new country or a new area, even in the country that you're in, there are so many regional things that change over time or over distance that you may not be aware of. I mean, just in North Carolina, we've got 3 major regions. We've got the East Coast, we have the Piedmont, which is in the center, and we have the mountains. And in each one of those areas have complete ecosystems that are completely different from the other ones. So there are things that you're going to find on the East Coast that you'll never see on the East Coast or on the West Coast, and vice versa.
Like, I never knew we had scorpions here in North Carolina in the mountains.
Yeah. We have
never had a clue.
We have desert-type creatures on the East Coast that we never even would have thought.
No, they're in the mountains.
Oh, they're in the mountains?
Yeah, see?
I thought they were East Coast because East Coast is where the coral snake and the beach is.
I've never heard of them there, but I know that they're in the mountains.
Wow. I will have to do more research. I did not know that.
Yes.
Thank you.
My boss, who is retiring in the mountains, he told me because he saw a scorpion there.
Wow. Okay, so I even more stuff. So like I said, you never know. And this just gives you tonight's whole episode is about things that you're going to want to know about identifying dangerous things while geocaching. And there is such a huge list. that could be for this. I mean, you can go for days on this stuff. We just got to hit the highlights. And what I like the most out of this is we've got quite a few responses from the geocachers from around the world through Google+. And I definitely want to make sure that that's in here, too, because you guys are important. You're part of the show. We get the information from you. So that's all part of the fun. So, yeah, welcome to the pre-show. If you've never been here before, this is the show before the show. Basically, wife Amy and I go through and we make sure all the equipment is set up, everything's set up as far as the cameras and the sound and all the other stuff that's going, so that way when we actually go out and do the show when it starts at 8:30, we're all set and everything goes. But you, fine folks, get a lot of background information, things that have been going on during the week, stuff that's we want to rant about, things that are good, things that are not so good, and go from there. You had a look on your face, Miss Amy.
Huh?
You had a look on your face. Anything good?
No.
Let's see.
They want to know if you found that cache.
Oh, no. She's holding that in her back pocket like there is no tomorrow. She's got, okay, I went looking. It's an actual DNF for me.
Did you DNF it?
I DNF'd that one.
Oh.
So there's this caboose, an actual, yes.
If my firefighter friend is here, then
I can bribe him. No?
He likes me better.
He's got to work with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's this caboose by her near one of the stations in Apex, and it's a bugger of a find. It is a real bugger of a find. And I tried it with...
Not if you know people.
Not if you know the person that put it.
No, he didn't put it there.
Okay.
He's not even a geocacher.
They just found it.
Just found it.
Okay. So... Great.
Sorry. I was holding that from you because I didn't want you to feel bad.
You did so well with that. Thank you.
Well, I waited 2 weeks.
Wow. So anyway, she knows where this thing is.
I know about where it is.
Okay.
They didn't say exactly. So.
Yeah. So she's been holding that in her back pocket, and we're gonna go find it and get this monkey off my back. Wow. But yeah, lots of good stuff. People, again, what's that?
I kind of outed you, I guess.
You outed me?
Yes.
Again?
Sort of. He said, an actual DNF, unquotes. Does that mean you don't usually log DNFs?
I do log DNFs.
Yes, you do.
Now, I don't know if you if you want to go back to the WV Tim situation, I will tell you.
That was so funny.
What will happen?
Because I didn't DNF it. I was like, ain't no way.
When you are a guest at a major event for a kickoff of a geo trail for a very popular geocacher of the month, aka WV Tim, he invites us. We go to West Virginia, and there's this one geocache that was a lamppost cast, LPC.
Yeah.
And so we went there, and we could not find the geocache.
No, we looked for
everywhere and could not find. I said, well,
we looked at hints and everything.
I can't not DNF it because people will say just like they did. Oh, you don't DNF? Of course I do.
Yeah.
So I DNF'd it. She did not.
No, I didn't.
So
I was like, there is no way because we're going to go back and we're going to find it, and
you'll be fine.
I'm not DNFing.
Right. So what happens?
I admit it.
We did this on a Friday, the day before the actual event.
And it was my birthday weekend.
And it was her birthday weekend. So we go to the event.
So I get a pass.
The main host, WV Tim, the person in front of, 300 people, calls me out and talks about how HeadHardHat, the HeadHardHat, DNFs a lamppost hide. Oh my gosh, did I get ribbed. It was
all weekend.
It was, oh my gosh. Now the funny part is everybody was in on it because everybody else went through the same thing.
They did.
If you did not know the actual true way of getting to the geocache, you went through what we went through.
Yeah.
And he ribbed me. We did the interview with him. If you want to check out the WV Tim and get a good laugh, the WV Tim interview that we did that day with him is one of our vlogs.
And you hear me laughing in the background.
And you hear her laughing in the background as he, again, not only in front of all these people.
On the video.
In the video, calls me out on this. Oh, and I'm a good sport. That's fine. I did it. I
it
admit
was
it.
funny.
I'll take my punishment where I need to go.
It was fun. It was all in good fun.
It was all in good fun. It was great.
It was so funny.
Yes.
But once we figured, because he told me, he came up to me afterwards, Tim did, and he said, all right, because it's your birthday, I'm going to tell you how to get to this thing. It's oh my God.
It was a very unique hide. Let's just say that without doing the spoilers.
Yeah,
so it was very good.
Very unique, but it was so fun.
It was fun. But yes, there are consequences to DNFs that sometimes you don't understand the ramifications until you're made fun of in front of 300 people. So
it was fun.
So that's all part of the fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I would so do that
stuff.
Again.
Huh?
I would so do that again.
Oh, yeah, we're going to. We're going to go to West Virginia.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because just the Gadget Trail alone.
Yes.
And they've got another one going in too. So it's a huge. If you want to spend a whole day, I can't remember. Is it Martinsville?
Yes.
West Virginia. If you want to, you could spend a week and still not tap everything that's there. It's Disneyland for geocaches.
Yeah, it really is.
It's all geo trails, gadget trails, all sorts of things. You could spend a week there solid and still only scratch the surface.
Yeah.
And these are quality. I mean, you're talking geocaches with thousands of favorite points. So it's amazing. So we're going back because when we went, we didn't have a chance to do much because we had to do the show, we had to get everything set up, we had to shoot, and we actually had a good time during the events on that day because we got to go out on a couple of trails and actually geocache with a bunch of other geocachers. So we had a great time with that.
We walked a couple miles and
walked a couple miles and had fun with that, but that was all we had time for. And we literally had to leave early because a blizzard came in. So it was we didn't have the time that we really. I would love to spend a good 3-day weekend and just do some of this stuff and actually get the geocoins for the trail. So we'll do it if it's not this year. Now that I finally got my job, yay! Yes. So now that I finally have my job, we can actually. I think we're going to plan for one good event that we might be able to do a little later in the year. And I don't want to jinx it because. Right now it's the 14th. In 2 days they're going to be doing the block party. So that's the big event, shy of Geo Woodstock, for the United States. And
we're going to an event near here.
Yeah, we're going to go to a smaller event. Yeah, we're going to go to a smaller event on Saturday. So we're going to have a good time with that. But what I'd like to do, and maybe we can save up for it, is I think it's October, and find people in the chat room. Let me know if I'm right. The GeoCoin event.
This October?
Is this October. In Texas.
You know that's like in 2 months.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to look. I can't guarantee it, but I would love. That's probably the only big event for the rest of the year until next year that we could be able to actually go someplace and do it for a day, and just go to the event, find some geocaches in Texas, come home the next day, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We'll look.
We'll see.
We'll look.
Maybe.
But I think after all the stuff that we've gone to, we deserve one good hurrah at least to go do that, or we could hit Vegas.
Well, why don't we get a paycheck first?
Oh, details. Yes, and for the people that were asking, we had a lot of cool stuff. And if you wanted an update, since it is a pre-show, that's what we do. I've got the one job right now, is all set, and I got status on the other job that I did on Wednesday. I did a interview for a prominent college.
October 9th through 12th.
Okay, good. So they might get us in time. We'll see. So anyways, for a little bit more money and a little bit better overall everything. Plus it's a permanent hire at a much quicker pace. So I'm going to find out tomorrow morning how that's going to go. And I may shift from the job that I have now and say, thank you, and take this other one and go that way. So a little bit better money and going that way. But I'm excited. This is good fun, and we'll go from there. All right, we got, man, I'll tell you what, a lot of the time flies, 8:25. And welcome for everybody that's in the chat room, and for the fine folks that are watching us live on the YouTube feed. We really appreciate it, and we hope you enjoyed the pre-show tonight. We had a good time talking. Lots of good stuff we're going to have today in the show, so we hope that you enjoy it. And I said a little birdie. Yeah, I'm going to give you a sneak preview.
Yeah,
just before.
The little birdie is him.
Shh.
He told me.
This, boys and girls, is going to be awesome. I'm going to move over to the camera camera 1 here so you can see. this is going to be cool. This is the prize we're giving away live tonight. And you can't see too well, I don't think. Yeah, you can. You can see it very well.
Yes.
All right.
It says UV light.
It says UV light. This is a UV flashlight.
I bet it is.
And this sucker is awesome. And it's got a backing on this thing. It won't turn on if that's what you're going to try.
It won't? Why?
No, because it's got a backing on it right now so that you don't waste the battery.
Really?
I will take that off when we go to actually show it tonight.
Good, because I want to see it.
Yes, but it's a blue light. And so this is for all those puzzle caches, for people that write with UV ink, that you can only see it with the certain flashlight. This is it. We're giving this away as a prize from gxproxy.com. This is a prize we're giving away live tonight. So do me a favor. We got a couple minutes before the show starts. Spread the word out in the social networks. Let other people know. Come check out the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. And we'll get as many people involved in this, and some lucky winner's going to win this tonight.
You know people aren't going to tell it because they want to win.
You are just, wow.
I wouldn't. I'm just like that, though.
Thank you, Miss Helper. You are the best.
I know.
I'm
so not helpful. I really am not.
You so don't want to watch the show. Don't go see them.
No,
don't go tonight.
Not tonight.
Don't go.
Go next week.
Yes.
When they're not giving away something cool that I want.
So this is, yeah, when it's something really cool, and I want the odds to win it.
Right.
This is how you do it.
Yeah. See.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm going to change. We got a couple.
See, everybody's already going. Pick me. Pick me. I want it.
See. We know how you think.
I know.
I know.
I'm not the only one. They're just not saying it.
Yes. So we got literally 3 more minutes left.
Somebody said, "Okay, everyone leave the room. Nothing to see here."
Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along. Wow.
See?
Bunch of cutthroats in here. Moving on.
Every man for himself.
Or woman. Yeah, either way. All right. One bit of news. Or one bit of thing that I wanted to say tonight before we actually start the show while Amy's choking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's become pretty much folklore now. It's been talked about on so many different podcasts, and other people have tried to imitate my intro for the show.
Oh, yes.
You know what I do.
Yes.
Hello! Okay. Robin Williams passed away. And it was unfortunate, and the circumstances on how he had left us, that's up to Robin and God, as far as I'm concerned.
None of our business.
None of our business on how that went. When I go by, and people go, well, why do you do the hello? In my own special way, Robin Williams has been part of my life since Mork and Mindy and probably before.
Oh, I loved Mork and Mindy.
And he has been a person that every time you even say his name, I light up like a Christmas tree. And there's a lot of like that as she sinks into the seat.
Pardon
Our
me
seats
one
are broken,
moment.
by the way. Some of your money's going to be going to us getting new seats once we get it. So anyways, I'm trying to do this great dedication, and she sinks.
I'm sorry.
Anyways.
It's only fitting. It's Robin Williams.
It is Robin Williams. And there are a lot of times where I will just go off the hook in a certain situation as far as talking and suddenly just get nuts. And I'll say I'm channeling Robin Williams and go that way because I tend to lose it. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I tend to lose it like that as well. Mm-hmm. So tonight, when he passed and I heard of his passing, it hit me to the core.
I think it was very sad.
And it's very sad. And so for all the entertainment that he did, for all the laughter he did, and for how somewhere in my heart is a little piece of Robin Williams, tonight's hello is going to be dedicated to him. So that I just wanted to say, people always wanted to wonder the association. When I do that, it's my dedication to him. So, all right, folks, this is it. It is 8:30, time to get going, and we want to thank you for stopping on by and listening to the GeoSnippits Patron Pre-Show. We are going to go right now and move into the actual GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. So sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, your favorite snack. It is time for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast to start. Okay, Robin, this one's for you. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Well, hello, and welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith. With me is the wonderful, delightful, delicious, the lovely wife, Amy, the HeadHardHatress. And yes, that hello was for Mr. Robin Williams. Thank you, sir. You're going to be missed. Let's see. Tonight is it's August 14th, 2014.
It's what day?
August 14th,
okay.
2014. Mm-hmm. And in the next hour or so, both co-host Amy, the HeadHardHatress, and I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. So, can we tell you how much of a goose egg our best laid plans are for yet another weekend? It was terrible.
Mother Nature just did not have it in the plans for us.
That's 2 weekends in a row we've had torrential rain.
I mean, not like just a shower or anything like that. No, I'm talking flooding, flash flood warnings, the whole nine.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Now, it wasn't like, and I made fun of Daryl last night on the Geocaching Podcast. When you see streets and freeways of Detroit in North Carolina news showing the cars floating, you know they got a lot of rain. And where Daryl was up in Troy, Michigan, he got, I think, about 3 inches of rain, but like within 30 miles from where he had, they got 6 inches of rain in
oh my gosh.
In 2 hours.
That's horrible no matter where you live.
Well, they had these massive mudslides with stuff going into the brakes. And, it was terrible. The repairs are going to take them forever after that.
So Mother Nature's out to get us.
Yeah, we kind of got that feeling. So, once again,
it's happening this weekend. I don't care if I got to kayak somewhere.
If I got to wear my rubber ducky galoshes, which would
I'm
be
taking a picture of that.
Yeah, we are going out. We've got an event we're going to. They've got geocaches around there. We are getting our souvenir, or as close to the souvenir as we can.
Because Saturday's International Geocaching Day.
We got to do it. You guys got to get out there and get that souvenir. So that's,
some of them have already gotten.
I know, but the souvenir for Geocaching National Geocaching Day too.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going to be doing that.
I got mine last year.
Did you now?
Yeah.
That's right. We did. Both of us did.
Because we had the streak.
Yes, we did. It was good.
Yeah, we were streaking. Not in a way that's scary everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't want to go there.
See, he's got coffee tonight.
Yes, too. I did. I needed that little extra oomph to get me through the intro. So that's what the coffee was for. So yes, we are going to get out there. We are going to get caught up this weekend, heck or high water, and probably it'll be high water, but we're going to get there. We're going to get that going, and get caught up with the other 13,000 people that have already got their achievement.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, 13,000.
I know.
We'll get there. All right. So why don't you tell the fine folks about what's coming up in 2 weeks?
2 weeks on the 23rd, which is a Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are having our next patron hangout. So write it down.
Yeah, be there, be square. And
do whatever you got to do. Put it on your head.
Yep. And if you're not part of the patron program,
now's your time.
Now's your time. Go to www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat or go to GeoSnippits and click on any of the patron logos. It'll automatically take you to the page. Select the patron hangout reward, and that'll get you going. We'll get you in, and you will get not only involved in the monthly patron hangouts, which the last one was such a blast. We're very much looking forward to it. We got a lot of new people that are in the patron program.
Yeah.
And we're going to have quite the crowd, I think.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's informal. It's just kicking out.
Yeah,
and just
we don't even
talking.
wear headsets.
No, we kick out the condenser mic and we just talk. It's great.
Yep.
And so informal, anything you want to talk about, we got into geocoins and path tags. As a matter of fact, if you notice from last week's show, we now have officially on the wall, we have the path tags up there, so that's always cool. And that's a little better.
I still only have 2.
And she still only has 2. So, yes, we're going to have to bring up the discussion of trading and how to get involved with that. So we'll be doing that as well.
I want to trade. I like mine.
Well, if you've got 100 of them, you're going to want to trade some of them so you get
have
new
2.
ones. I know. See, okay, this is how this works. You make 100 of them.
I don't want to make any.
Okay. She just wants them to magically appear out of the sky and get that way. She doesn't understand trading the ones you make so that you can trade with other people so they can have one of your path tags and you can have one of their path tags. You get more path tags. That's how it works. Anyways, we'll discuss that later. We digress. We got so much stuff tonight to go through. We got to get going on this. All right, so that's going on. So in 2 weeks, get yourself hooked up for the so that you can get into the Patreon Hangouts. We're going to send out the invites in another week.
Last time it was an hour and a half.
We went on literally. It was great.
We're like, hey,
and had a good
an hour
time.
and a half, yeah.
And could have gone longer and not even thought about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff. So definitely make sure you can become a patron and select the at least the reward for the Hangout so that you can get into this because it's a lot of fun. For the contest for August, from the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, we have the August Patron Program Contest.
It's already halfway through
We're
August.
halfway through August, and we're starting to get some patrons in, and it's really great. And the only way that you can win the grand prize, and we're going to have a couple other prizes involved for like a second and third prize, the only way that you can win these prizes is to become a patron. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how do we do that? What do we got to do? Do we have to stand on our head? Do we have to take a selfie standing on our head? Do we have to wear a banana contest? What do we do?
That would be fun, but no.
No. All you have to do is become a patron. Again, go to www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat or click any one of our patron logos, and it'll take you to the website for the contest level. So that you're in any patron contest or any benefits of being a patron in future contests, all you have to do is do a flat fee of any amount that you want.
A buck.
A buck, anything that you want to do.
Don't do more than you can afford, though.
Right. All that money comes to help us with the show so that we can literally keep the lights on.
And chairs.
And chairs. We need chairs. Hey, people say, well, what do you need the money for? Both chairs are broke.
They said I needed a high chair. A booster seat, I'm sorry.
Boosters. I'm going to leave that right there, that little voice. I'm telling you, I'm getting good at that as she pokes me. All right, so anyways, the contest ends for August 28th. Live on the show, we're going to be giving away a drawing to any of the patrons. All you have to do is become a patron, donate any amount of money, become a patron, and you're in. And we're going to pick from the whole list of all the patrons that we have, and it's growing, thank you, Lord, and you fine folks, for that. It's growing, and we're going to pick a winner, and you're going to get a chance to win this cool grand prize from our good friends at the Space Coast Geocaching Store down in Florida. There are only 2 stick-built geocaching stores in the entire country. One is the Space Coast Geocaching Store in Florida, and the other one, of course, is Cache Advance in Washington State. Those are the 2 stick-built stores that you can actually physically go to and meet up with them. And you want to do that because the Space Coast Geocaching Store is awesome, so is Cache Advance, but they're both great. And but our sponsor is the Space Coast Geocaching Store. And so here's some of the things that you can win with this grand prize that was donated by them. 2 Space Coast Geocaching Store path tags.
You don't want to read this whole thing.
I'm just going to do a couple. 2 micro geocaching tubes, 4 ultra micro geocaches, a complete Munzie starter kit, a Munzie beverage holder, which is good for a lot of things. For beverages. 3 geocaching stickers, a 10% discount card, and a special rare gold Space Coast Geocaching Store geocoin, which I want really, really bad because I've got the nickel one that I bought when I went down there to the store. This one's gold finish to it. It's awesome. So again, click on any of the Patreon logos or go to our Patreon website. Get yourself in there. You only have a couple weeks left before that's done. And once you become a patron, you're always a patron. So just to keep that in.
The Mafia family apparently is going to open one.
Hey, we need to get a couple.
See, now it's on the internet. You have to.
Now because everything on the internet's right.
Yes.
True. All right. Okay. So so you're saying all this cool stuff. We saw the pre-show and in 30 minutes went and was done. I couldn't believe how fast it went today.
Yeah, it always goes fast.
Yes. So you say to yourself, so how can you get involved with the show? How can you watch the show live and generally get in touch with HeadHardHat and wife Amy? It's very simple. To watch the live feed and join us in the chat room, go to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have our social media links. There's a menu button up on top of the GeoSnippits website that says social media links. Click on that. Miss Amy tends to do a lot of things in Facebook. You'll find out by the show tonight. I do a lot of things through Google+. We all do Twitter. And, of course, the main thing is to make sure not only to get both of us in your Google+ circles, but also get into our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because every time we do a show like this, the podcast, every time we do a vlog, every time we do a GeoSnippits video, anything like that, if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you instantly get, once it's published, it's instantly put into your subscription box, and it's there for you, so you don't have to go scurrying to try to find us. It's right there for your convenience. It's a great way to go. Please make sure that you get us subscribed. And it's literally on the right-hand side of the GeoSnippits website. There's a dedicated button just for subscribing to YouTube. All you got to do is go up and click it, and you're done.
As Grayson says, please.
Please. It's really, really cool. So we have all our social media links. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you call in your questions, your comments, your suggestions by calling 919-341-9519. Or you don't even have to use that, and especially for our friends that are international, all you have to do is go to the GeoSnippits website, and on the right side of the screen is our Send Voicemail tab. And we actually have something with that tonight, and you'll see how easy it is. All you have to do is click on that, and you can instantly send a recording to us. You can go through, and I think you get up to a minute and a half each time. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes you have each time.
Why did it get cut in half since last week?
I'm sorry. You get 3 minutes. And if you don't like how you sound the first time, you can redo it until you get it the way you want it. Yep. If you need more than 3 minutes, all you have to do is do it again, and we'll put it together, just like I did for tonight's viewer feedback. Sorry, I had to think of the word there. So anyways, it's that simple.
I have that effect on people.
You do have that effect on people. It's free, it's easy, and it's a very simple way of communicating with Amy and myself. And it's anything that's geocaching related. Milestones, things that you do while geocaching, suggestions for the show, things you want to see more of, less of, any of that fun stuff. Give us a call, and if it's deemed worthy, we'll put it on the show. Very, very similar to what we have this week.
Yeah, from Blue Jean Reptiles in Texas.
Yes.
He had a first-to-find attempt.
Yes, and let's find out what happens.
Yeah, there's something special happened.
All right, let's go from Blue Jeans Reptiles.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to call in. I'm going on an FTF hunt. This is Blue Jean Reptiles from DFW. Texas area. First off, I wanted to apologize last time I called in for not stating my name, and even more so, I said there wasn't a lot of great multi-caches in the area. I definitely misspoke, so if anybody's in this area listening, please forgive me. I meant that there's just not a lot of long multi-caches. I'm doing a 10-stage multi. Most of them are 2 to 3 stages. Still very quality caches, but I'm going to do a really long multi-cache. But I'm going on an FTF hunt right now. It's a 5.5. GC code 5AFFQ. It's called Frogger Island, and it's in Louisville Lake. It's preferred to take a boat there, but I don't have a boat, so I'm swimming today. I'll call you back shortly and update you. Wish me luck. Thanks. Yeah! Yep. I got that first to find, guys. GC code 5AFFQ. Go check out that cache listing. It was a 5.5. I swam, I would say probably about a mile, half a mile each way. It was about 35 foot up in a tree. But one of the coolest FTF prizes I ever got. I got a 1942 silver $50, and it's in really great shape. So that was super cool. Definitely worth it. A cache that I'll never forget. See you on the trail, guys, or maybe in the water. All right, next time.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Blue Jean Reptiles in Texas.
I only heard part of it earlier, but oh my God.
A 5.5 first to find.
I didn't realize he had to swim a mile.
And swam half-mile to the island in Texas, so I can imagine what's going around in that.
Water. Ew.
And then climb up 35 feet up into a tree to find the geocache.
Oh my gosh.
And then swim the half-mile back. Holy
so he
cow.
swam a mile and a half.
That's an excursion. So, yes,
wow.
Congratulations to Blue Jean Reptiles on that fantastic first to find. Thank you so much for bringing us along.
No wonder he was so happy.
Oh, yeah. Yip, yip, yip.
I would have said
awesome.
it, too.
Awesome stuff. But you can see it's that easy to send in some viewer feedback, and we love hearing from you because that just brings it all right there for you to enjoy right along with them. So that's cool. Again, congratulations, Blue Jean Reptiles in Texas. All right, let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Cache-Advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-Advance.com, go find it. And also by
Coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. The poker chip geocoins are a geocoin that Coinsandpins.com now has available. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippets websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yee-haw! Yip, yip, yip. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 75, Identifying Dangerous Things While Geocaching.
Ew.
Yeah, this one, I hope you don't have a low constitution tonight, folks, because we're going to be talking about all those cool little creepy crawlies and things that you need to know when you're going out into the wild. She's already itching over here. All the different things that you need to know around the world. I mean, we can't obviously do everything, but we're going to do some, in a lot of the stuff.
He'll hit the hot spots, I'm sure.
The hot spots get hit, and not only me, but this comes from, we put out a message a couple days ago on Google Plus and just said to a lot of geocachers out there, a lot of them that have us in their Google Plus circles, hey, what part of the world are you from? And if you had a geocacher coming up into your neck of the woods, what would you warn them about? What would you want them to keep their eyes about so that they can stay as safe as possible when it's out geocaching? And so that's what we got, and we got quite the response. So we're going to have a kind of a hodgepodge of information from actual geocachers and also from actual information that we're able to pull out that we want you fine folks to learn about as well. So a couple of things that we want you to remember. One, Amy and I are not experts. We are not the end-all, beat-all when it comes to everything that's out there in geocaching. We try our best to do what we have with our knowledge, but it's up to you to kind of, take that extra step to do some research when it comes to things like that. But it was important to us to discuss this on our podcast to help our fellow geocachers. So kind of keep that in mind. Also, you should always learn about the potential dangers you may encounter when going out geocaching, especially if you're going to a new area. It doesn't have to be that far from where you normally geocache. Just within 100 miles, terrain can change, and the different things that are in that terrain can also change. So you want to do your research when it comes to things like this.
And let you go first.
And let the big guy go first when you go down that trail. And finally, always seek medical attention if you think you've been in any contact with something poisonous or potentially dangerous. Don't take a risk with your life when you're out geocaching. If you get bit by something or you brush against something and you're having a allergic reaction or an unwanted reaction, get to the doctor.
Any reaction is unwanted as far as I'm concerned.
Get to the doctor. Always seek medical attention when you take something like that. And finally, if you want a good refresher.
Itching already.
We haven't even started.
I know.
The fine thing that you want to also remember is that GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast episode 23. We're at 75, so this tells you about a year ago.
Yeah,
or so
this
ago.
one's a really good one.
This is literally, it's episode 23. And it's called Geocaching First Aid with the Podmedic. Podmedic is a professional nurse. Jamie Davis he's a podcaster that has numerous medical shows. He does huge things in the medical community. He is an actual registered nurse, and we were fortunate enough, Jamie's actually a friend of mine, to have him on the show back on episode 23 to literally do something that I've never seen done on any other geocaching podcast show, period, is we went over actual medical things of what to do in first aid situations.
And he was really good because he gave some
solid
legitimate
ways
to handle things.
These were,
instead of saying, oh, we'll just rub some dirt on it, like, you know.
No, this was coming
our
from
grandmothers used to say down here.
This was coming from a medical person talking about medical situations on real situations that geocachers can have happen.
With dangerous things that you can encounter.
And what to do to save somebody's life even when it comes to something like this.
Dirt won't do that.
Dirt doesn't do that. So I always recommend this. This is literally the best first aid show I have seen, period. Check it out. It's episode 23 in GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I know, because it's good. It's good. It's really, really good.
It was good. I'll have to say that.
All right. With that being said, let's hit some of the stuff that we got from. We kind of broke up the different responses, and we got quite a few of them tonight from Google Plus. We broke them up into different areas, and then we're going to hit the different types of things that you might come across while geocaching, and we're going to kind of put it all together.
These are good.
The cool thing with this is all this stuff. Don't read ahead. All this stuff is going to be in the show notes. All the links to all the information and everything's going to actually be in the show notes. So when you go to geosnippetsreboot.com and you actually go to the web page there, all this information you can check out in the show notes.
I will not be doing that.
So this is good stuff. So let's get into this.
Okay.
All right. Alan, he wrote, since we live in the desert, and again, this is United States based. Since we live in the desert, out here it's scorpions, rattlers, and rattlesnakes, and cactus.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you do the next one. Dano?
Okay.
Team Pug Patch?
Yes. I think they're in the chat room right now.
Yes.
They live in Maine, and it's ticks you mostly need to watch for. Occasionally you worry about coyotes, moose, and wasps.
Interesting. Andy Burton put, the ones we teach our scouts to recognize are black widow and brown recluse spiders. We'll talk about those later.
Yep, he lives here, I think.
Yep. Rattlesnakes and copperheads, poison ivy, oak, and sumac. And then Nick Johnson said, in our area, rattlesnakes are a common danger, and I've received numerous logs on my caches about people and kids almost sitting or stepping on a rattler. Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that'll deal with that. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
And Steven says, I can see this. In the Florida Panhandle, there's always a risk of snakes. They have one of the highest in Florida. They have an increasing risk of for pythons because people are keeping them as pets.
Boa constrictors, all that
type of thing. They're getting out, but at any rate, that's another show. But they are easily avoided if you use a walking stick. The real hazard is fire ants.
Yes.
Oh my God, they are everywhere here too. So, an ammo can have a nest under it. You can step on them at any time, woods or city.
Yes.
Fire ants. If you have ever gotten bitten by one.
There's no such thing as one.
No, well, I got bit by one
one
time because It hurts.
They're bad, and we'll go over details
And
on
you
that.
get bit by 100 of those suckers.
Yeah, and we'll get into the details of what happens with that in a few seconds. Okay, so that's some great stuff. Thank you to the fine folks from Google Plus from the United States that sent that in. Things to look out for: poisonous plants. How to identify them. Now we have several links that deal with that we're going to give out to you fine folks for checking out poison ivy. All you really have to do is put poison ivy. You're going to find this stuff. But we've got stuff from the CDC, and we've got stuff from the U.S. government. And basically, what happens when you actually look at these is they will come out and they will give different descriptions of what the plants are. The common thing that people are told when it comes to especially poison ivy is leaves of 3 let it be.
Yes, however, there are plants that have 3 leaves that are not poison ivy.
Yes, absolutely.
So
and there are subtle things that deal with poison ivy that you really need to be careful of. The cut of the leaf, the flower on the plant. There's one plant that's called Virginia creeper that's very, very popular here, only that's leaves of 5. And many people confuse that with poison ivy, and it's a completely benign plant. It does absolutely nothing to you. But
if you avoid it, that's fine.
That's right. And my personal opinion, when you're out in the woods with something like this, and you've got a questionable any situation, be it a bug, a spider, a plant,
just don't touch it.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Leave it alone and you're going to be fine.
You don't have to worry about me touching bugs.
Right. So there's all sorts of different ways of identifying poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac, which are the most popular ones in the United States. There's also wood nettle, which is also known as stinging nettle, which is a different type of plant. It kind of looks like Queen's lace that can get you. And there's another one called poison hemlock that is a plant that if you touch, it's going to mess you up. And if you've ever had poison ivy, now I know a lot of people. I
have.
A lot of people cringe when they tell me this because I've never had it.
Are you serious?
I am one of the lucky ones that I can be neck deep in poison ivy and not have a problem.
I can sometimes look at poison ivy and get it.
Yeah, it's that bad.
It is insane.
And one of the links that we have here from the CDC that talks about poisonous plants, if you want to learn all the intros of how
look at the little Pac-Man.
Yes, how poison ivy works. There's a YouTube video on here that
cute.
Literally goes over how the oils of poison ivy work. How all you have to do is brush poison ivy on your clothes. That 6 months later, if you pack those clothes and put them away and you bring them out, you could still get it. There's a lot of different things, and it talks about how all the different ways poison ivy can affect you, and also for us fine folks that don't get infected from it, how we suck.
I still know where that cache is. Yeah, if you get into poison ivy, or if you're just not even sure,
don't do it.
I personally would just come home, strip down, put your clothes in the washing machine, and just wash them. Right then. Yeah,
and again, that Jamie Davis podcast that we have for first aid, Jamie talks all the different things that you can do for when you get poison ivy.
And when you scratch poison ivy,
it spreads.
The oil spreads.
Yes.
And so it can be a little patch down here at your wrist, and you scratch it, and it ends up here at your elbow.
Or it could be worse. You could have a pet dog that you pet.
Yes.
And then he can go over to your kids, and they can pet him and get it from that. So, yeah, it's a nasty, nasty plant.
I hate that stuff. So, worse than kudzu.
Yes. And
at least you can eat kudzu.
You don't want to eat poison ivy. So, anyways, that's one of the things in the United States. And
anyway, moving on.
Moving on. So, there's what this will show you when you go to these links. It'll show you where you're most apt to find these different poison plants, depending on where you are in the United States and the world.
Now, hogweed.
This is something.
I thought Dave was kidding.
I thought he was too.
He is not.
No.
That is apparently some nasty, nasty stuff. Giant hogweed is a public health hazard that apparently ranks higher than poison ivy, oak, and sumac.
Yes. Yeah, this is a plant, and we have a link on here, down here that goes giant hogweed identification and comparison with cow parsnip. because they almost look identical.
Such a thing.
It's and this is from Ontario, where this particular YouTube video comes from. And again, our show notes, just go to GeoSnippitsRebootPodcast.com, and it's just GeoSreboot.com. You go there, and all this stuff will be here to check out. Hogweed, when they say giant hogweed,
they ain't kidding.
This thing grows 15 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's huge white flowers, and this is some nasty stuff. The sap from it is what gets you. And they just did I just saw a thing not too long ago in Michigan that it's spreading up. It's in Europe. It's showed up in Ontario, because what happened is people think it's pretty because there's this 15-foot plant. It's huge, and they wanted to put it in their gardens, not knowing what it was.
Well,
so they transported it.
Apparently the reaction can happen up to 48 hours after you touch it.
Yes. Now this is what happens. If it gets on your skin blisters affected by the sun.
Isn't that fun?
Regular sunlight. And the kicker is once you get this, you could be weeks later and your skin explodes from blisters and that just by being in the sun.
Contact with the eyes can lead to temporary or possibly permanent blindness.
Yes. This is a nasty.
Yeah, let's transport that and put it in our garden.
They didn't know, I guess, but that's what they did. They went for the looks for it.
Oh, it's in Nova Scotia as well.
It's getting all over the place now. It's showing up. It's all over. It's blooming like kudzu in Canada. It's getting into Michigan now, and it's in Europe. So there's different sections that you really want to check this out. This is a nasty plant that you don't want to mess with. And again, there are a couple other plants. This cow parsnip up in Canada, almost identical, except for a couple of key things, except for mainly the size. It's not 15 feet tall.
Oh, it's not.
But it's very similar. If you put the two plants, matter of fact, they show the two plants next to each other. It's almost impossible to tell the difference.
Salty CA said it burns really bad.
Yes, it's nasty. And I thought when DeBear talked about it, I thought he was
kidding. I really did.
I'm like, hogweed, come on. Yeah. You made that
Sorry,
up.
Dave.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. My apologies. So, yeah, that's just another one. Poison parsley. I looked at that. This is somebody, one of the Google Plus people brought this up and said, poison parsley. I said, you got to be kidding me. It looks exactly like parsley. If you chew it, you get severe burns in your throat, esophagus, all the way down into your stomach. It can cause major irritation. So unless you know what the heck you're doing and what you're growing, you better be darn square before you eat it.
It leaves an unpleasant smell.
Yes, it's got a nasty smell to it and a nasty...
Then why would you eat it?
Honey, I'm just saying this is what happens.
I know. So I'm sorry.
That's how that goes. It's very poisonous. And the kicker with this is it also acts very similar to poison ivy. So you can brush against this stuff and get irritated that way.
That's related to hemlock.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's another thing that it's found in it's native to Europe, in Western Asia, and Northwest Africa. And actually the people in the UK were the people that notified me of it because I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Poison parsley, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. There's actually poison parsnip out there too, believe it or not. So you
poison parsnip?
Poison parsnip in a similar type situation. It looks like the real thing, and it's deadly.
Okay, everybody just quit eating everything.
I'm telling you. Okay, some of our Google Plus people.
I want to read the second one.
Some of our friends in Canada answered our Google Plus call for what kind of things that you want to be aware of when you're in Canada. Brad Thompson put in Canada. I know this. Liberal politicians. I've heard though, if you use a broom, they scatter. So just be very careful when you're out geocaching when you come up against liberal politicians. Just use a broom. They'll move. Mr. DeBear said.
And our friend Dave DeBearmaker. He says giant hogweed.
Yes. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. That plant will cause you nightmares and makes poison ivy look like roses. Luckily, he said, it's spreading quite nicely.
Yes. Like kudzu, unfortunately. Yes. Kudzu, the plant that ate the South.
Oh, my gosh. If anybody's ever been to the South.
We'll show you kudzu.
Oh, good Lord.
The kicker is you can eat it.
Yeah, and you can't go anywhere.
You can't kill it, but you can eat it.
You can't go eat it. Oh, I can kill it. Give me a good thing Roundup, and I'll kill it.
So, anyways, that's from Canada, and also Brad Clark said here in
Rabid moose.
Brad Clark said
Sorry.
here in Eastern Ontario, Canada, there's nothing venomous yet.
Really?
It's poison ivy, wild poison parsnip.
Okay.
And giant hogweed is starting to show up. We've encountered packs of coyotes at night during some night caching.
Okay.
So interesting stuff. And and our friend from the UK. Go ahead. Andrew Mary said.
In the UK, adders.
Snakes.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Just recently, there was a report of a cacher bitten 3 times.
Yes.
Also, watch out for cows, especially if they have young with them. Well, yeah. I mean, anything if you have...
Mom with their kids.
Yeah. You don't mess with a mama.
That's any animal. You want to take care with that. Okay, venomous snakes. How to identify them?
They're dangerous cows.
Yeah, we have a really, really good website. It's on WikiHow .com that we have. And I'm going to briefly go over this because we're running a little long, and I want all this stuff to get hit tonight. How to identify venomous snakes. When you go to this WikiHow, and it's literally www.wikihow.com/identify-a-venomous-snake. And when you go here, they've got 3 different countries, and they've got cartoonish kind of pictures with it. The first ones, they go over all the different North American snakes and what they are. So they start talking about what a cottonmouth would look like, what rattlesnakes look like, copperheads and how they go. The different points that go in. You have coral snakes. There's a saying, I don't know if it's worldwide, but the one that you go by with here is red on black, lucky jack, red on yellow, dead fellow. And red on black is usually a king snake that people commonly think are coral snakes. Coral snakes literally have yellow, red, yellow. And then black. And so red on yellow dead fellow is one of the things that you want. North Carolina happens to have coral snakes. It tends to be more of a desert type one, but on the East Coast you can find them. It talks about the different patterns that you can look for that will easily identify some of the different snakes and whether they're poisonous or not. Unfortunately, a lot of snakes get killed because people just panic. There's a snake, got to kill it. And they think it's a poisonous snake. And a lot of snakes are very, very helpful. If you've got a king snake, I guarantee you're not going to have any other snake around in your area because king snakes eat other snakes. So there are helpful snakes out there. So
black snakes are very helpful because they eat rodents.
Yes, but they're also 9 feet long and very aggressive. So you got to be careful with black snakes. Yeah.
I've never had one be aggressive. Well, got in the house one time, but that was it.
You got to be careful. One of the things that they talk about is checking out the shape of the head of a snake. Now, coral snakes have a very rounded head, which is one of the rare things that venomous snakes usually don't have. Usually they have a diamond head or a very angular shape to it, and you can also see in the eyes on how that works. There may be features on a particular snake. For example, rattlesnakes have a rattle. Keep in mind, young rattlesnakes do not.
Really?
Yes. Huh. And if you look at something like, say, a copperhead, when it's juvenile, the end of the tail is yellow.
Really?
Yes. So something for you to kind of consider. It goes over all these different things.
Yeah, I'm not getting that close to identify that.
As far as how they go, but they showed, the difference between an eastern king snake, which is very friendly, and a coral snake. Yeah. Huh. So there's all sorts of different patterns and things that they go. Now some of the other
water
ones,
moccasin.
Yep, water moccasin is a different one. Yeah. Now, in the snakes in the UK, you were saying you wondered what an adder was.
Yeah.
Adders are common vipers in the UK, and the features are distinctive. They have a V or X-shaped marking on its head, and it also has vertical slit pupils, dark zigzag stripes on its back, and dark ovals along its flank. They're nasty vipers. They will bite you, and you will be in bad shape if one goes there. But it talks in this particular website on how to identify adders, and I never even knew adders were in the UK. So that's a good thing to know. They go over India. We're not going to go over those tonight, but they get into everything from cobras to you name it, asps and that. The one I did want to talk about was Australia. And in there they've got the fierce snake that they talk about, the eastern brown snake, which is the two main ones that they discuss in here. I know Australia's got a lot more than that. But all you have to do is check out this wikihow.com, identify a venomous snake, and you can get all this good information on how to...
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a really, really good website on how to identify venomous snakes. All right, from our friends in Australia, here's some of the things that we had from Google+.
Jeff says, dude, this is Australia. Everything's dangerous here. And Angela said, he's not kidding. The sun is out to get you. And the rocks, don't get me started on the rocks.
Yes, our good friends, the Skellums. Okay, Scott Thompson says, in Oz, it's the snakes, spiders, crocs, and drop bears. And I'm not even going to... We don't have the time to go over drop bears tonight. We'll talk about them later in another episode. But Angela really gets into some really, really good detail. And I wanted to read this. Angela Skellins puts this. Okay, as a Canadian, talk about your conflict here of change. Okay, as a Canadian who came to Australia, here's my list. Snakes in the long grass. I've been told to stop loudly during snake season. Jeff has picked up a cache and found a brown snake underneath. Never put your hand in a hole that you cannot see in. Always use a grabbing tool to retrieve a cache. Spiders in holes tend to be the deadliest. Snakes too. You might think you can put your hand past a wombat in his cave, but if he stands up to defend his home, you will lose that fight. Always use a grabbing tool to retrieve a cache. He said that several times. I think that's right up there with poke it with a stick.
Yeah.
Never walk through a spider web. Never reach into a spider web. Use your grabbing tool. Always wear sunblock, wear a hat, wear proper footwear if going off the beaten path. No open-toed shoes. Always have drinkable water on hand. Never, ever run out. I've gotten quite ill after a half hour of high temperatures, and I ran out of water after 10 minutes. If you want a guide for identifying some of the life here to avoid, there's a Come to Australia by Scared Weird Little Guys.
That's funny.
We have the link to that, and we'll put that in our show notes as well. And finally, she wraps up and says, many Australians joke about everything being out here to kill, man, or hurt you. Kill, hurt, or maim you, I should say. They're in large part very, very serious. If you intend on doing a lot of bushwhacking for cachers, it's a good idea to be extremely alert. And again, we want to thank Angela Skellins for all that good stuff.
I'm not going to go visit Australia.
I want to go. I want to go so bad it hurts. I love Australia, and I want to go to New Zealand.
Right, when you get work.
Yeah, I got work. Now we just got to do it. Okay, let's move on. Spiders, dangerous insects, and arachnids.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay, we've got a really good link here that talks everything that you want to know about black widows.
They're dangerous.
Brown recluse.
They're dangerous.
Funnel web spiders.
They make me dangerous.
And tarantulas.
They're dangerous.
So... yeah, I would say the main thing is
all spiders are dangerous. Either they will bite you and either make your skin die, kill you, or make you want to hurt yourself trying to get away from them. So...
okay, I could say that's almost a fair statement.
See?
All right, but... and especially since I'm the one that, when a spider is in the house, I'm the one that has to dispose of said spider.
Yes.
Okay, that being
Bugs,
said...
him. I will kill a snake all day long. Bugs, him.
Just keep in mind there are only certain spiders. All spiders are poisonous, all right? They all eject a venom of some type.
Even Granddaddy Longlegs.
Depending on how they affect humans and animals dictates on how dangerous they are. Black widows and brown recluse are on the top of the list when it comes to most lists, especially in the United States. Make sure that you check out what these guys look like so you can identify them, because there's a lot of copycats that are not as dangerous as they are. You just don't want to play with them.
It's a play.
Or touch them or whatever.
Touch?
So keep in mind. that some of these are so dangerous that you need to seek out instant medical assistance if you got bit, and because really, really bad things can happen to you, or like death. So if you get bit by a spider, even if you're not sure if it's one of these guys, you seek medical attention, because this is going to be something that you really know. Again, that first aid podcast episode goes all over this and what to do. So check that out.
Y'all know that if he comes on this show and tells y'all that I got bit by a spider and that I'm in the hospital or something crazy, you know that it fell on me from a large tree up above me, and I didn't know it was there. And he said, watch out, there's a spider on you. Yes. And I jumped and scared it, and it bit me.
There you go. All right, last things that we're going to wrap up, because we went just right with this. Good stuff. Lots of information. I hope this was helpful for you. Harmful insects that you want to consider.
The pus caterpillar?
Can I read these, please?
Oh, my God.
Harmful insects.
I hate this show.
Harmful insects. Scorpions, fire ants. Now, we had talked earlier about fire ants. This is how fire ants work, okay?
I just set them little things on fire.
Will you let me talk, please, Miss Paranoid? She's literally freaking out over here.
I hate this show.
All right.
Oh, my God.
The way fire ants work. The way fire ants work is, if you stand on a nest or you aggravate them, they will climb on you. They will not bite when they first climb on you. What ends up happening is, when they get enough on you, as far as a number of fire ants on you, a signal goes out to every fire ant that is on you to bite at the same time.
Yes.
It's nasty.
And they don't call them fire ants for no reason.
When you bite, it literally feels like each bite is on fire. A big, nasty pustule will form around it. And when you break it, it even becomes worse.
Yes.
They are nasty, and you can get bit hundreds of times, and if you get enough of them, you can get sick or worse.
And you get hospitalized.
You need to go to the hospital, seriously, with something like this. I have been bitten by one. I had one in my hand, looking at the thing, going, I wonder if this is a fire ant. And it literally
yes, I am.
Turned its little head and bit right into my finger, and the pincers are super strong. Bit into my finger like there was nothing there.
And how'd that go?
It turned into a white pustule and hurt like son of a gun.
And that's just one.
That's one.
Yes.
Okay, so you got to be super careful when you're around fire ants. You could step on them, sit on them, not even know it. And their
nests can get as big as a small bush.
Yeah. You have to be
no joke.
Very careful. Some of the other, wrapping up, harmful insects are ticks. We were very familiar. If you're a geocacher, you know all about ticks. Bees, wasps, and hornets. Again,
they can live in the ground as well.
Yes, so
be careful.
You get bit or stung by enough of those, you can get into serious trouble with that, especially if you are allergic. Have those EpiPens ready, folks.
Yep.
And finally, one that I found out just recently, that's actually in North Carolina, but I found out it's in a lot of places. And it is known as the pus caterpillar or the woolly slug.
That is disgusting.
It is. When you look at them, they're about an inch and a half long. They are the cutest little sweet-looking fuzzy-wuzzy tribble-like things. They're only about an inch and a half tall. They look so cute and fluffy. They got major spines on them. And all you have to do is brush it. Not even what most people do is they'll step on one of these things. All you got to do is brush it. The tips
with my shoe.
The tips of the spines on a pus caterpillar are so fragile that it instantly breaks off.
Really?
If you touch it, and there's hundreds of these spines, so you graze against this thing, the tips of these spines break off in your skin and have a major reaction.
I bet those are what we used to call those woolly worms.
I'm not sure, but all I know is
let me see.
I've heard of them. I don't have it right with us at the moment.
Oh, I didn't know if there was a picture on the website.
It's on the website, but we got to get going because we're running late.
Okay.
These are cute-looking little things, like it wouldn't hurt a thing, and they are nasty. Check out the woolly slug or the pus caterpillar on the North American Tobacco Trail. I found out that people were getting hurt by these things. You got to be careful. So that's all the stuff we have. You can stop itching and scratching and and we'll go through, again, all this information is in the show notes. We got lots of good stuff for you. We need to move on because we got lots of things to go. Let's move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you and will not continue to talk about bugs.
We will talk really quick about the patron campaign.
Yes, Reader's Digest.
Here we go. We need money.
Not that Reader's Digest.
Support our show, and if you would please, by donating money through the Patreon, or you can do it through our PayPal program. Look it up. Go to the www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat, or click on one of the links on our website, like GeoSnippits or any of the HeadHardHat production websites. Click on that. Go to it, check us out, make sure that you select the rewards that you want to get. They snowball. The more you give, the more rewards you get. And it goes everything. We're going to start the path tag design next week.
Are we?
Yes, we are. We're going to put out templates. We're going to tell you how to design your own path tags, and we're going to pick a lucky winner from the people that design the path tag itself. So we will go from there.
Okay.
Please join our patron program. The rewards are fantastic and continuous, and we appreciate everything that you do for this show, and we greatly appreciate it. More details to come or on our website. Check it out. All right, it is time for the geocaching cache stash, and let me explain what that is. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world, and they want to get the word out about the products that they provide. And to do that, what they'll do is they'll send some of those products to us here at GeoSnippits, and we turn those into prizes and give them to you fine folks. Each week we have a question of the week and a prize associated with it. And Miss Amy, why don't we talk about the prize for episode 74 from last week's episode?
From coinsandpins.com, it is the Colorado GeoArt Geocoin.
Yes, this is fantastic. This is the one and only one that we have. It is a geocoin based on the Colorado Art geotrail that is out there right now. And this is a prize that we'll be giving away this week. What was the question? The question was, where is the state capital of Colorado? Ooh, that was a toughie. Yeah. Well, for people in the UK, it may have been. It could be. And the answer is Denver. Fantastic. Denver, as Colorado. As in John. No, not as John. All right, so let me put in here real quick while you're doing this. What I have is a random number generator, and it has a number between 1 and the correct number of answers that we had for this week's episode. And what I do is I hit the random number generator, and it gives me a number to choose from our list. Now let me show you what that looks like. Here are all the answers that were sent in for episode 74. And what Miss Amy's going to do is she's going to flip her magic coin here, and it's going to either say heads or tails. If it's heads, it's going to go from the top of the list down. So in other words, if the number was 4, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top. If it's tails, I'll count down from the bottom one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and choose that one. And that's how it adds just a little more randomness to the potential for the winner. It was tails. So we are going from the bottom up. So I need to bring that up real quick. All right. And there are the winners. And I am looking for, hang on one second. Oops, wrong one. One moment, please. Salty wants to know if it's T-A-L or T-O-L. Ooh. Capital. Yes, capital A-L. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me do this one more time. He actually misspelled it in the show notes. Did I really? Yes. All right, there's the list. I'm sorry, I actually brought up the wrong list. All right, let me bring it up from the bottom. And our winner is And I will bring this up and mark it for our winner. Our winner is College Bear.
Yay!
1892.
Joseph Ramsey?
Yes. So College Bear, congratulations.
He's actually in the chat room, I believe.
Oh, well, congratulations. You won the fantastic Colorado GeoArt coin. If you do us a favor, send us your address. Just use the gsreboot@gmail.com email and send us your address, and we will get that out as soon as we can. And we greatly appreciate it. Fantastic, and congratulations to College Bear 1982. Cool stuff. Now you might be saying to yourself, hey, this is really cool. They're giving away really good prizes. How do I get in on this? Because I can't win if I don't play.
You got to be in it to win it, really.
You got to be in it to win it. To do that, all you have to do is, one, send in a correct answer. The one for this week, episode 75, all answers must be in 12 noon by Wednesday, August 20th, 2014. Email it to, and I'm going to put this up on the bottom third for the fine folks. Now, this has got a misnumbering on here. It says episode 74. You want to put actually episode 75. I just didn't get a chance to change it for today's show. So you email it to GSReboot, that's GSREBOOT @gmail.com. In the subject line, put Q1 and put episode 75. Again, episode 75 for tonight's episode. All correct answers will be put in a drawing. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, we have a second prize where we do it right then, right there to have some fantastic prize for the people watching live to win.
Uh-oh.
Like tonight. Don't go, oh, I know what happened. So, yes, we're going to give a second prize right now. Actually, in a few minutes, we're going to do a second prize for you fine folks that are watching us live. Keep on with us. This is going to be good. All right.
No, the question is not about the capital of Scotland.
Okay, fantastic. Question 75 for tonight, Miss Amy, please.
Okay.
What's the prize?
Well, you've already shown the prize in the pre-show.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
That was for the one going live, not for episode for question 75.
My bad.
Okay.
From GX Proxy, gold waypoint tags and proxy geocoin.
Right. So what we're giving away for episode 75, we have a fantastic proxy coin that you can, if you got a geocoin that you want to put out, you want to keep the coin, but you want to put out a representation of that coin for people to find in geocaches. Use this really cool proxy coin. And, of course, we've got some fantastic gold multi-cache waypoint tags that you can use for have people find out and do some really cool multi-caches. So that is the prize for episode 75. What's the question?
The question is, in the 7 souvenirs of August 2014, what type of geocache is needed to achieve the Nature Lover souvenir?
Go ahead and read it again.
In the 7 souvenirs of August 2014, what type of geocache is needed to achieve the Nature Lover souvenir?
Awesome. See, that gives me a pause so I can take a little sip of water so I can drink while you talk.
I see. There's an ulterior motive.
There's always an ulterior motive. So the answer is going to be next week.
Known.
Get your questions in by the end of Wednesday, and good luck for the fine people to win that cool stuff from gxproxy.com. All right, so you're saying to yourself, they're about to give away a really, really cool prize.
Yep.
What are we giving away tonight for prize number 2?
Ultraviolet Flashlight.
Woohoo! Is this
from
awesome?
GX Proxy.
gxproxy.com.
You got it upside down.
Well, that's just because it reads that way. There we go. UV light. You can see it right on the time. And what I'm going to do right here, right now, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to do this. There's this little
When has that ever stopped us?
Yes, there's this little cap that keeps the connection from going, and I will put this little cap back, but people are probably dying to say, what's it look like? All right, so here we go. Blue light.
Woohoo!
Woohoo, the ultraviolet light.
Oh, shine it in their eyes.
I'm sorry. I was very rude. So, yes, blue light, ultraviolet. That's what it looks like. I'm going to put the little cap back. Yeah. This is what we are giving away right now. So you're saying to yourself, how are they going to do it?
They talk a lot to themselves.
They do. Apparently they do. It's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
But that's all right. That's a good way for them to communicate with themselves. All right. This is how we're going to do, folks. We are going to have one of our world-famous email races. And this is very, very simple.
Have you noticed I tried to beat him to everything?
Yes, that is very good. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get your emails ready. Don't send them yet because there's a special something you're going to have to do so that everybody does it at the same time, okay?
Don't tell anybody.
All right. So what you want to do is you want to set up your email right now and send it to gsreboot@gmail.com. Again, this is only for the people watching the show live right now as they're watching our video or checking it out in our chat room. This is how this works. Get your email ready. Put in gsreboot@gmail.com. In the subject line, you're going to put Q2 for question 2, episode 75. So again, subject line, Q2, episode 75, and it's going to go to gsreboot@gmail.com. Now, don't send it yet because there's something we're going to require you to do in a second, which is going to make it a same playing field for everybody. All right, this is what you're going to do. All right? Once you put this in, hit send. All right? In the body of the email, put the word HeadHardHat. Send. Body of the email, HeadHardHat. Send it.
Now? Right
now. Do it. Go. HeadHardHat. Send. And we will get that going. Now, while you guys are doing this, because there's a bit of a delay, Miss Amy and I are going to finish up the show, and then we'll find out who our winner is.
Okay.
All right? Let's move on. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you had a good time with all the creepy crawlies, and now you're going to all want to take a bath or something or shower to make yourself feel clean after listening about all the bugs and plants and itches and irritations. Yeah. But it was a good episode, and I hope you tell other people about it as well so that they can be informed when they get going with this. Please, please, please become a patron of our show. All the support goes to what we need to do to keep the show going every year, and we're starting to get to that second half of the year when all the bills are going to start becoming due. So please, please, please become a patron, help support the show so that we can pay the bills when it comes up towards the end of the year. And finally, tell other geocachers about the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast so that they can come in and get irritated and scratchy and crazy and nuts with us, because
it's good stuff to know.
It's fun and it is good stuff to know.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, we want to thank our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. I want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith. I want to thank everyone in the that's watching and in the chat room. I want to keep those comments coming in and see y'all next time.
Awesome. All right, before we close everything out, I think we got some winners here.
I would guess so.
All right, let me bring this up, and we're gonna let this go. Let me take care of this real quick.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do this. And it's acting a little funky here. Hang on one second. I don't want... All right. Let me do this.
Technology is a great thing when it works.
When it works, yes.
A famous saying by my boss.
All right, there we go. All right, hang on.
I'm hanging.
I'm going to refresh this and make sure that this goes through. Sorry, folks, just a small glitch, and then I'm going to bring this up. And I want to make it as fair to everybody as I can. There we go. All right.
You got it?
One more switch that we have. All right. There we go.
All right.
Now, this goes from oldest to newest. So we have...
a bunch.
A bunch. All right. This is our winner. I want to make sure I got it set up here. All right.
Did you look?
Huh?
Did you look?
I went by the one that came in the first out of that.
Okay.
So that way that's why we waited till everybody wait till the last 10.
Okay.
That came in. And it all gets moved in and it goes through here.
Okay.
All right. Our winner is, for that fantastic UV flashlight, Lewis Tuff from the UK. Lewis Tuff. Lewis, do us a favor. Here, I'll let you put that in.
I got it.
Okay. Lewis, do us a favor. Congratulations. You're our winner for tonight. Would you please send us your address, and we will get that out to you. Obviously, being in the UK, it's going to take a little longer getting to you. I'm going to try to get tomorrow all the prizes for the past couple of weeks out. And we will get those out if I can get your email tonight, and I have it by tomorrow when I go.
No, his address.
His address, we will send it to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we'll get it to you with the next batch. But congratulations to Lewis Tuff from the UK for winning that really, really cool. I want one of those.
That's Urban Dude.
Is it really? Oh, congratulations, man. That is awesome.
He typed yes.
All right. Congratulations, man. We will get that out to you as soon as we can. And thank you so much for playing. Thank you for all of you for playing. Good luck. And you can see you got all these chances. We do this at least once a month, and we love doing this because it's a lot of fun. All right. Let's wrap this up because we're done. All right. We're all set.
We're down to here.
All right. So we want to say a special thanks to wife Amy. Thank you, darling, for everything. You are the best.
I know.
I know. And she's modest, too. We want to see you fine folks next week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another prize-filled, fun fact, creepy, crawly insect episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. See you next week. We're going to have a really good intro one for next week. So this will be a lot of fun, and we'll talk more because we're going to need your help with this. It'll be a lot of fun. And as we love to say in the GeoSnippets studios here in North Kakalaki, see you out on the trails, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2014 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. Good show, man. That was a lot of fun. We hope you got a lot of information out of this. It was a ton of fun. I know it's all creepy crawly and all that, and a lot of people go like, spiders and all the rest of that. It's good to know.
It's good to know. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's not as much fun, but it's that knowledge you need to do that's going to make or break a geocaching situation. So
I know 911.
Well, there you go. But if you didn't know you got bit by a poisonous spider, then what?
True.
Just saying. So we hope you had a great time. We had a good time with you as well. We hope you had a lot of fun getting those fantastic prizes, and we got lots more coming. We'll see you next week. Be safe out there. If you're heading out towards the state of Washington for the block party, please be safe out there in your trips. We want you back next week. Have a lot of fun at the party, but be safe out there. We want to hear your stories. Let us know. Send us some feedback. We'd love to hear it. Have a great one, folks. We're going to end the broadcast here. See you next week. Bye-bye.